Family and survivors. Well, we finished the peavey, and you saw the cant hook in a previous video. That one is repaired, and got the original handle that was getting really short and difficult to use, so we replaced the end of it. And then this one, we built the whole handle. It's biscuit jointed together. It's two boards joined together, and there's the two boards. You could see the seam there. Really heavy coat of shingle oil. It's much bigger in diameter than original because quite often there's two people out on the end of this yarding on it, and there's times when you even have to use a come along to roll a log. So it's nice to have a real stout one. And so Dad ripped the taper on it with the table saw, but then we freehanded it with a flexible disc sander. And then shaped the end of it, reworked this on the anvil, heated this up with a rosebud, and drove it on the end of the horn on the anvil. And then pinned it so that it'll stay. And so that one is ready to go. And these are really hard. Those are forged hardened steel. Don't know how old this one is. It's been in the family since '69, and it might be much, much older than that. So with the shingle oil, they're both got shingle oil. So if they do get left outside for a winter, it's not the end of the world. But they'll basically last forever if you keep them out of the weather. So those are ready to go back into service. And what's the other project? I brought up a piece of ash for Dad to make me a new cutting board. These are English walnut pads for feet, and this is the bottom of the cutting board. And that ash is just rock hard, and that was a beautiful board. It was a cut off from the end from a bunch of lumber that we milled. And I saved it, dried it for 2 years. It was 6/4, planed it down. And I find that when you put your cutting boards up on feet like this, and it's up off the countertop, then when you wash your cutting board and set it out to dry, when air can get to the bottom of it, your board doesn't start to warp again on you. And we also heat treat it with coconut oil, and coconut is really good as a antibacterial. Also waterproofs the board, and it doesn't leave a taste. So coconut oil is the thing to use. And we treat our cutting boards a couple of times a year with coconut oil, but this one is going to get the plunge router, and it's going to get a grease groove like the other ones have. So when you put a turkey or a big ham or something down on it, there'll be a groove around the whole edge so that your grease doesn't overflow onto the countertop. So that's going to be a nice one. Beautiful piece of wood, isn't it? And that's not the pretty side. Wait till you see the other side. But these just got glued, so I'm not going to move it. So we're trying to get some things in order for Dad to start doing some building. I need to get the commercial shaper. It's a 10,000 RPM shaper right there. I need to pull it out and clean it up and order some heads for it. And then we should have everything that we need to go ahead and start building furniture. I think one of the things Dad's going to start doing is building dressers, chest of drawers, end tables out of pine. And we could do 2 different grades. One will be all clears, and the other one pencil knots or number 1 embedders. And out of solid wood, no particle board, no plywood in them. And I think he was going to do 2 different types. One where he's going to actually use commercial drawer pull rollers, and the other one are hardwood rails. One will be fastened with modern fasteners, and the other one will be dovetail joints. So we've got lots of wood and a whole shop to do it, and that was the plan. When we get too old to mill lumber and sell it, and I think I'm there, but Dad's 85 and he's a really good craftsman, and I think he would enjoy building furniture in here. It's a nice heated shop. We have all the equipment. You just got to quit milling lumber long enough to go build something, and I think he's about ready to do that. All right. Have a very blessed day.